Hello everyone, and we are back again with another video on Shoot on Streets, and we'll be talking about...
You don't know what we'll be talking about?
I'm not sure. You tell me.
Today we'll be talking about the very popular question that why one should get into street photography. This is a very common question. There is no future in it. You don't learn anything in street photography. So maybe we can discuss about this thing and make things clear for other people, like why one should get into street photography.
This is a very important point. Why you should get started doing street photography. And yeah, you get to learn a lot, and there's a lot to talk about on this topic, and that's what we'll be doing here. So what do you think, Ashok, according to you, what do photographers who do street photography, what do they learn from street photography?
Street photography is such a sort of photography where you don't need to invest anything. You don't need to put anything. You just have a basic equipment with you. You polish your skills. The very first thing which I feel you learn is, the very first basic thing is you learn to handle your camera. You learn about composition. You learn to see things. You learn about lights. You learn to observe things, anticipate about things. So whatever field of photography you intend to go, or whether you are not doing any sort of photography, you are just starting to do photography, but if you get into street photography, you will learn something for your future, for coming times. And definitely people believe that there is no money involved in street photography. You do street photography for your own self, but finally, when you are polished your skill, when you've done some good work, when you've mastered your skill in street photography, you will definitely get somewhere. Whether you want to start photojournalism, whether you want to get into art photography, whether you want to do industrial photography, commercial photography, advertising photography, and all other sort of photography, you will learn from street photography. You will learn to control your camera. You will learn to compose your picture. You will learn to expose your picture correctly. And the very first thing you will learn is patience.
Yeah.
You need a lot of patience.
Yeah.
What do you say on that?
See, I agree on this,
Yeah.
but in my case,
Yeah.
see, I've been a photojournalist from past almost 12 to 13 years
Yeah.
now. All right, and I've started street photography from past 1.5 or 2 years. But when I got into street photography and when I started taking pictures, the thing is, when I keep, I think maybe I'm going in a other direction, but I'm just talking about myself.
Yeah.
Like when I do street photography,
Yeah.
and when I do photojournalism, like when I'm out there on shoots, or when I'm looking for standalone pictures, I do look for stories, some good looks. Like, I don't know, I just look for something really interesting. But when I got involved in street photography and keeping street photography in my mind,
And
doing my work,
Yeah.
I felt that I was lost. Like,
you will restrain, basically. You felt that you're not doing justice to your work also, and you're not doing justice to street photography.
Yeah, because when I do assignments, when I go out there and when I'm shooting for the company I'm working for, I get better pictures because there is some sort of responsibility in my head that I need to give them best. But when I'm out there and I'm shooting for myself, for some reason it becomes mentally, I feel like, okay, this is something I'm doing for myself. So whether if I get a good pictures or not, it's just a street photography.
That's the point. See, I also work for an organization. I also work as a photojournalist, and before doing photojournalism, I was working as a advertising photographer, and I was doing fashion pictures also. This is the fun. See, when you're doing street photography, you don't have a brief. Okay, when you're working for a client or your company or for a newspaper or any given assignment, there you have a brief. There you are preconceived that, okay, I need to do pictures like this and in a given period of time. But when you're doing street photography, you're doing it for yourself. So what I feel, what I have learned, initially when I started, I also faced the same thing. But the thing is, when you're doing it for your own self, you have no brief. You are going out there with an open mind. So you need to train yourself and you have to challenge yourself that today you need to get this sort of pictures. If you go totally blank and you say, okay, whatever I get or I don't get anything, then you would not get anything. You have to go there and tell yourself that today I'm going to get at least one picture for myself where I don't have a brief, but I will produce a picture which is my picture, which is my thinking, the way I see. through this camera, which is with me, and the way things are happening in front of me. There is an open canvas. There are so many activities happening. So this is the best thing, because this also happens to me when I'm shooting for my publication. I can't do street photography there. When I'm shooting street, I can't do the sort of pictures I do for my publication. So you have to switch off and switch on, and this comes with a practice. But once you achieve that, it is such a pleasure, because when you have a brief and when you are working on given guidelines, there is a pressure on you, okay, and you deliver in that pressure. But when you're doing street, you release that pressure, you release everything there, and then you do something for your own. I don't say that you do bad picture while you are doing your assignment, or you do bad pictures while doing your street photography. They are different things. They are totally different things, and different circumstances where you work.
I agree on this. But what I'm talking about, even I'm not talking about the brief assignments, but there are assignments where
open brief.
Like just go there and get some good standalone pictures. So even for that, I go and I take it seriously, and I get pictures, and this is how I have improved, and I'm trying to improve more in street photography as well. Because when I go out there now, when I go for a photo walk, for like even if I'm alone and I'm walking and I'm shooting, I shoot less, and I have started thinking more to look for the stories, to look for something, for some connections, something which interests me first. I should be satisfied with those pictures first. But in the beginning, when I started, like until now, even until like 3-4 months ago, I used to file anything and everything on Facebook or any other social media, just to show that
you're doing street photography.
I'm doing street photography, and I'm very active. But I have stopped that now, and what I have started doing is I have started taking less pictures, and I have started working and thinking more, basically.
So that is one rule to do street photography. See a lot. Today morning there was one guy, he was asking me, how should I improve? I told him, see more, shoot less. So he said, how will I practice? If I shoot less, how will I practice? I told him, seeing more and shooting less doesn't mean that you shoot less. It means that you don't waste your pictures. Like, you don't click 100 pictures of a same thing and when you're not feeling connected to it. So click your shutter only when you feel that connection, when you feel that story is there in your head, and when you feel that you can produce a strong visual there. So seeing is first, because the picture when you're taking, it has to be first in your head, then it comes through your heart to that camera, and then it comes out. So this is the whole procedure. And sometimes, see, nowadays what is happening, like everybody, like me, you, and everybody, we are bombarded with so much of input images every day we are seeing. Like, we are seeing thousands of images, and no matter what happened, like no matter what we say, we are influenced by those pictures. When we see somebody else's work, we are influenced by it.
Obvious.
And then we get lost. As our own thinking, as our own personality, we get lost somewhere. So the rule is, see those pictures. Don't get influenced or get flowed in that thing. Stop yourself from there. Appreciate
the picture.
Appreciate it. Try to understand what happened there. And when you are out, when you're shooting, do your own thing. What you feel is right, what your experiences tell you to do, and shoot that. Definitely then good pictures are going to be there. Keep practicing, keep seeing good work, and polish your skill. Do some nice, interesting visuals, and then there is no limit. There is no limit. The sky is the limit. Then you train yourself. You give challenges to yourself, and every day you're doing something extraordinary, and which nobody has seen, because there is no brief to it. You are doing what you love to do.
But again, what I believe is, I want to do is, and what I have been doing from past couple of months is, I just look for. I'm sure everyone is doing the same, but I just want to look for some strong pictures where it tells the story. Because when I started street photography, I was very much influenced, and I was very much interested into juxtaposition and stuff. But now I want, in my pictures, I want to see a lot of
stories happening.
Like whoever looks at the pictures, they should understand, okay, what's the story in this picture? So I want to do, like, for me, I want to do more of those. But what I have been seeing in street photography in a lot of different pages and stuff, what people have been uploading, all juxtapositions, like most of it, not all of it, but most of it, it's only juxtaposition. And I want to, I don't know.
You want to cross that?
I want to cross that. I like, I don't want to be in that
box.
In that box, or like I want to just delete the lines of the boxes and I just want to pass by and I want to do something different. And that's what I'm working on, and I'm sure one day.
See, this is a very good thing that you've understood where you are going wrong or what is stopping you. Juxtaposition in street photography is only one part of it.
Okay.
People normally think that street photography is only juxtaposition and that's it, or decisive moment. But in street photography, there are a lot of things. You can do portraits in street photography, candid portraits. You can do a lot of other things. Decisive moment, juxtaposition is the easy. Decisive moment is again not very easy, but again juxtaposition is the very easy thing, because you see a thing, you wait for a certain thing and something crosses that thing and you juxtaposition those two things and something comes out. So that is not only street photography. Street photography is wider. It is very wide and there are no limits to it. And even if there are limits to it, those are the limits which are set by the people which have only gone to that limit.
Okay. It's a mindset.
Yeah, it's a mindset. Yeah, they have just gone. Yeah, they have gone to only that limit. That's why they are saying, okay, this is the limit. Maybe you can do something else, which is street photography and which nobody has done. And then you can tell them, okay, now I set the limit. Can you cross that limit? So set your limits.
Yeah.
Experiment and don't stop yourself. And very good thing, you understand that, okay, I'm going wrong here, or I'm blocking myself, I'm blocking what I have. So don't block yourself.
See, this is what we always tell to people as well.
Yeah.
Criticize your work.
Yeah.
This is what I do. This is what Ashok does.
We criticize.
We criticize our work, and if we see we are going somewhere wrong.
Yeah, we are going wrong.
Then we are going wrong. Like there's no harm in it. Okay, it is wrong, but there's nothing wrong in understanding that you're going somewhere wrong. Stop there, but don't stop shooting.
Yeah.
Like this is what I do.
Yeah.
This is what Ashok does.
See, the wrong thing will happen when you know that you're going wrong and you don't stop there.
Yeah, you're still doing it because you're getting likes, and people are loving your job. People are loving your work. I think there's a lot more to it. Like if I'm not liking my pictures, so then I won't care. I'm sorry if I sound rude, but then I won't care how many people are liking my work. But as long as I'm not liking my work, I'm gonna stop. But I will not stop shooting. I'll stop uploading those kind of pictures, and I'll start practicing on doing something else.
Yeah. And you can do stories in street photography. Stories is definitely required in street photography. Connection, stories, overlapping, blah 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 thing. So set your own limits and give other people a challenge. That okay, can you do this?
That's true.
This is also street photography.
But again, what we always say, it's not like photography. It's not a competition world.
Yeah.
So people who think that it's a competition world, no, it's not.
Yeah.
Everybody is like whoever is doing photography. And if they're working hard enough, they do get results, and we do appreciate them. And so this is how it works.
Shoot, and don't stop yourself. Try to criticize your work. Show it to a lot of people who you think that they know something about it. Show it to them. Talk to them. Discuss. Listen. Listening is very important part of it.
It's very important.
And trying to understand.
That's what we do.
Yeah.
We always listen. Okay, guys, it's time to wrap up the video now. And we hope that you guys have learned something from this video, because we had a healthy discussion and we have learned a lot from each other, as we always do.
And don't stop shooting. The rule is don't stop shooting, keep shooting, and learn to criticize your work and don't see the good pictures. As I always say, see the bad pictures. Good pictures have already happened. They will not teach you anything. The bad pictures are going to teach you. That's the way I've learned. I'm learning still, and that's the way everybody can learn. So criticize your work and see the bad pictures. They'll teach you a lot.
They will teach you a lot. Sign out!